Hey, scribes, Happy New Year. I'm here. I'm back. The first Facebook Live of the year. And so today I'm talking about the word that I chose for 2019, the intention that I'm setting for 2019. So if you haven't chosen your word and you want to, you are in the right place. And if you chose your word and you're watching live or you're watching on the replay, please let me know because I go back and I respond to comments and questions and all that good stuff. So just go ahead and post your word or tell me how you go about choosing your word because I have my own way of doing it. I don't necessarily follow anyone else's way of doing it, which if you do that, that's perfectly fine. So for the newbies in the group, I am Taiia Smart Young. I am the face behind Yeah Right with Taiia Smart Young. And my goal is to introduce new and inspiring writers to ways to use their writing to create influence, impact, and income. So welcome. Hey, Jean. So let's get into it. So to let me know that you are alive and you're right here, do me a favor and hit the wow button if you're watching live. Do me a favor and still hit the wow button if you're watching on the replay, just so I know that you're here and somebody's checking in and you have a pulse. Okay, my first thing that I need you to do, I know I started the new year with asking for favors already, right? But we have a long-standing relationship, so I feel comfortable doing that. Hey Ashley, oh my God, I haven't checked in with Ashley in a minute. It's so good to have you here in the group, Ashley. So do me a favor, you guys, because I want, and thank you for hitting the wow button to let me know that you're here, because I want to be able to share this goodness with more people on Facebook. Do me a favor and go ahead. You can either share the stream now or share it afterward so that your Facebook family can get a chance to set their word and set their attention as well. Hey, Micah, thanks for coming in. We got everybody. We got Sun popping in. Sun is here from LA. I haven't seen my girl Sun in a long time. You guys make me feel good. Thanks for being here. So we are talking about our word for 2019. Have you guys chosen your word? I'm gonna get my glasses because you know I'm blind and I try it all the time. Like I start reading my little notes, I start looking at the screen, and your girl is blind. So we're just gonna go ahead and clean these glasses up a little bit. Hey Mallory. Yes, Son, you are what you call it. You are not late. You are absolutely on time. I want to know, hey Damon. I want to know what you guys, if you guys have already chosen your word for 2019 before I get into how I choose mine. So let me know in the comments, and I'm just going to scroll and see. No one said anything yet, but Son, I know you probably have a good one. Ashley, what did you choose? Jean, what did you choose as your word? So let me give you a little bit of background. I am not a resolutions kind of girl. I am definitely a word girl for the year. I am a personal development girl for the year. I'm always trying to improve myself and find better ways to be a better version of T, whether that's, just me being a better person, being a better wife, being a better mother, because, you always think that you're the bomb and then you find out, no, people got issues with you, right? So therefore, I'm always trying to improve myself. And I'm my biggest critic, you guys. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, someone can tell me that I'm doing something well and I will still find a way to nitpick at myself. So perfect example, how I started choosing my word for the year is because at the end of 2015, I wrote this blog post about all the things that I did wrong for the year. And instead of really trying to take a minute to acknowledge and celebrate the blessings that I had for that year, I just focused on everything that, 5 things in particular that I didn't do right. And I just felt like, you know what, I don't want to do that again for 2016. So for 2016, what I focused on was acknowledging the blessings. And I think that smartphones make it so easy for me, and I'm sure it's easy for you guys too, to just go and look through your phone and look at the events, the birthday parties, the anniversary parties, look at the museums you went to, just the things that you shared with your family on the family level, and even on your career level. You may have done some cool things and taken some photos of that, and that's just a way to jog your memory. And that's actually part of how I come up with choosing my word. And then the other thing is sometimes I just don't feel like I'm enough. And I just was like, enough of that. I need to focus on what my intention is going to be, no matter if something went wrong or I got missed opportunities or I didn't get chosen for a project. I just wanted to take the time to focus on the positive that did happen in the year. So that first year, I actually chose the word patience when I started choosing my words, because I did not have patience. And I just felt like the universe was really trying to teach me a lesson. And I found this great quote by Joyce Meyer that says, patience is not the ability to wait, but it is how you act while you are waiting. So I really had to check myself and look, like, how am I acting while I am working toward these goals, while I'm asking for the universe to send me these blessings? You know, I want the works. I'm not just getting the regular burger with the ketchup. I want the pickles, the onions, everything. Whatever God, whatever the universe has for me, I want it all, right? Now's not the time to be shy. I'm not going to be shy about what I want and what I need, because that's not the way my intentions are set up for the year. But I did have to check my behavior. And another thing that happened really quickly was that I was in Target with my mom and we were shopping. And thanks to the hearts, you guys, I was in Target shopping with my mom, and I'm impatient. I don't like to wait on lines. You know, if the fitting room is crowded, I don't like to wait on the line for the fitting room. But what happened was, is that there was a little boy who ended up having a seizure. His mom was in the fitting room. He ended up having a seizure. And my mom, because she works in healthcare, she immediately knew what to do to help this little boy who was having this epileptic seizure. You know, and so while she's trying to stabilize the young man so that he doesn't hurt himself, I am like, wow, okay, now I need to get the Target employees involved. They need to possibly get an ambulance. What's going on? Knocking on the door, trying to get his mom. And so all of those things just kind of culminated into one moment of, you need to slow down and be patient, because somebody else may need you at that moment when you're trying to rush through life and you're trying to get on to the next thing because you're just too impatient to wait on the line. So that's another reason why patience became my word. Okay, I'm talking fast. So who here has chosen their word, and who here can relate, right, to just being impatient and rushing through everything that's going on? Ashley says she hasn't chosen her word, but she really feels like she wants to think about it before committing to that mindset. Absolutely. I don't think that you should rush into it. Gene says his word is work. Hey, Tiffany. And I think that actually I'm going to share a couple ways that you can think about choosing this word. And that's the reason why, even though it's January 9th, I took a minute to figure out what my word was. I didn't feel this pressure to say, I need to have the word by December 31st or January 1st. Not at all. Just because I really wanted to be committed to the word. I didn't just want to say, oh, okay, this is the word, and I'm not really putting commitment in place to it. So for Ashley and everyone else who hasn't chosen their word, there are actually a couple different schools of thought on how to choose the word. And I didn't even know that a whole community exists in terms of one word. It's oneword365.com. And you can find people on there who actually share the same word as you. And you can share your journey in terms of what you're doing for the year to stay committed to your word. So you can share it on Facebook and Twitter. You can sign up. You can invite others to follow your journey if that's what you want to do. Mine, you'll be seeing mine here on Facebook or Instagram, wherever I decide to talk about my journey. But I do want to keep you guys up to date on what I'm going to be doing with my word and how I'm going to be living out my word. So there are no set rules for this, right? The thing that I see in common with a couple of different articles that I've read about choosing your word is that reflection is key, because we have to look at that past year. We have to look at the accomplishments, the good, the bad, the ugly, before we can really decide what our intention is going to be. We got to check ourselves a little bit and just go back. The second thing is, and you know that I believe in this, having an accountability partner. Sometimes creating or just going through life in general, you need someone to say, okay, you said you wanted to lose those 10 pounds. Guess what? I'm going to check you when you pull up to Wendy's and get the 4 for $4 and you want extra cheese on it. I'm going to be the accountability partner. I'm going to be the one that says, I'm going to help you stay on track for your weight loss goals. Or you wanted to write a workbook for this year. Okay, here's how you get it done. I'm going to check in with you to make sure that you're writing your 500 words every day, or you're making your word count for the ends of the week. Listen, if y'all want to sign up to be my accountability partner, I got some goals. I can be your accountability partner. You can be mine as well. And then there's another school of thought at myoneWord.com they say that you can determine the kind of person you want to be. You can have the ID, the characteristic of that person that you want to become, and then pick your word. Okay, so determine the kind of person you want to be, Ashley. ID, a characteristic of that person you want to become, and then pick your word based on that. And then the good folks, have you seen like Katie Couric, Damon John from Shark Tank, Beyonce, Mario Lopez? They've been wearing these little bracelets. I don't have it on, but I'm just pointing to a bracelet. They have these little bracelets with words on it. Well, one word actually. And there's also, I think there's also a necklace, and there's also anklets. But anyway, the folks at myintent.org, they created those bracelets, and they also have a quiz on their website. So that's myintent.org. Do me a favor and hit the like button if you're going to go check out myintent.org and take the quiz, and you can figure out your word from there. So they ask you like 6 questions, and based on those questions, they come up with a theme. And under that theme, they'll have words that resonate with the theme. So let's say the word is empowerment, and then they'll have a bunch of words underneath that you can choose from that particular theme. Okay, so now on to how I do it. The way I do it is it's pretty much in 4 steps, and it's simple for me because this is how I stay committed versus just staying interested in what my word is going to be, because it's a compass. It really becomes that compass for me for the rest of the year. So step 1 is that I like to look at the visuals. I am the girl who takes pictures at every event, even though I may not post all of them. I know my family disagrees. They probably say they think I post everything, but I really don't. But it's a way for me to look back, because it's a video. It's either a video or a visual diary of what I've done for the year. I can go back to January 1st and see where I was and who I was with. And so that's how I start. Step 1 for me is looking at the pictures, because I've already documented what happened in that year. Step 2, and this goes back to 2015. Step 2 is me acknowledging and celebrating the blessings from the previous year, because it's not enough just to scroll back and say, oh, that was a cool picture. I took my son to Hampton in April, and we toured the school, and he's like, oh, this is a great campus, and he liked it. But I have to acknowledge and celebrate that I was actually physically able to do that, had a great trip, and had a good time helping him figure out if that was the campus for him or not, right? Okay. And can I just say, I had some blessings in 2018, and I really had to just celebrate the fact that I produced my first video for Tidal in 2018. I had been saying that I wanted to get more time on air. I wanted to get booked for a couple different shows. And there's a streaming service called Cheddar, and they're primarily known for financial news, but I got booked on there to talk about entertainment. They have an entertainment segment. And at the time, the Hollywood wage gap was a really big topic. And I got booked to talk about how Ellen Pompeo from Grey's Anatomy became like the highest paid working actress in television. And so those things, had I just been flying past my year, I didn't get a chance to go back and acknowledge and celebrate those things. So that was step 2. So step 1 is look at my visuals. Step 2 is acknowledge and celebrate the blessings, right? Step 3 is I look at the previous year's word. So my word for 2018 was creativity. And when I look back at that word, I'm like, I did do some creative things in 2018. I did live up to that. I did the challenge with you guys. Remember, we did that, was it 7 days or 5-day writing challenge, the Me, Myself, and I challenge, that I got such an overwhelming response that I was humbled and blessed and just grateful to connect with you guys for consecutive days. And we were sharing our stories. I did the Friday Flash with you guys. I did the Write a Bomb Ass Story workshop. There was just so much creatively. I won an award last year. I launched Rock Your College essay last year. So I just was like, wow, okay, all of these creative things, I definitely came to fruition for me. See my notes? I wrote a lot for you guys. And then after I reflect, step 4 is to focus on what it is that I want from this year. So I like to do a cross check. Okay, so 2018 was the year of creativity. What does 2019 need to be? I like to fill in those spaces where it's like, okay, you did these things, but what else do you want to do? How do I get like Sierra and level up, right? Level up, level up. How do I go to the next level? How do I do that? And so after I take that, the opportunity to do that cross check, I said, okay, I want to do more Facebook Lives. I want to continue to show up live for you guys once a week. I want to offer more classes. So that's why if you guys are on my email list, I sent out a survey, and please fill out the survey because I want to know what it is that you want. I want to be able to bring you quality free content and quality paid content, right? So I'm going to be offering more classes, and I want to do a write and sip. I've been talking about this write and sip. So if you are here in New York, I am going to be doing a write and sip in Brooklyn. I just talked to friends of a friend, and we are working on that coming for second quarter. I might even do a write and sip virtually for you guys who are not in New York. May get that popping soon. But so after I did my cross check, words started to pop up. Words like blessed, celebrated, accepted, influential, empowered. And I really thought too about how Danielle Laporte says, we're not chasing the goal. We're really not chasing the goal or the dream. We're chasing that feeling behind the goal or the dream. How do you want to feel, Taiia, once you get these things that you've set down on your vision statement or your vision board? And the word that I came up with for 2019 is abundance. I want to feel a level of abundance. I want to feel that cup runneth over feeling, right? That is like my cup is just spilling out with all kinds of goodness. I'm feeling good about myself and my career and my love life and my family and my friendships. I want to feel all of that abundance to then be able to take the goodness that I'm feeling and then spread it and deliver it to you in the form of content, in the form of Facebook Lives, in the form of just hanging out with my friends and my family and being the best Taiia that I can be for not only for myself, but for those that, you know, that love me too. Because who wants the other version of Taiia? Nobody I know. They all want the nice Taiia, right? So that was really my thing, that I want to define my level of abundance for myself so that I'm able to have the things, manifest the things that I want for 2019 in terms of creatively coming up with more content for you guys, being able to be there for my son as he journeys. He's a high school senior. This is a really big year. And I want him to feel the abundance coming from me so that he has the abundance as well. So let me check in and see what you guys are saying. Okay, Sun says her word for last year was surrender. Oh, I know that's a big one. And 2019's word is finish. I'm striving daily to finish things. Learning to take a break, learning to break up large projects, into smaller tasks with a goal of ultimately completing instead of looking to finish daily. Oh, son, that was a word, okay? Because I think that that's what we do as writers and as creatives. We're constantly like trying to get to the next thing. And it's like, but how do you get to the next thing if you don't sit down and take a minute and just say, I'm going to finish this now? I think about that with myself. Like I have so many different projects that I want to do. Like Friday, I'm teaching a Rock Your Middle School essay workshop at the library. And that kind of came out of nowhere. And then it's like, but I really want to focus on helping juniors for the spring rock their college essay. And it's like, okay, let's just finish one thing at a time before we can move on to the next thing. And that's not saying that sometimes I don't need to do things simultaneously, but sometimes you just need to sit your butt in the chair and finish, right? Mallory says, my word is true. Mallory, talk to me about true. What does that mean? Jean says, I'm always impatient. Mallory says, whatever that looks like, however that looks, that's what I'm focused on for 2019. Okay, so maybe it's about being true to yourself. Maybe it's about being true to your family, your husband, your sweet baby Everett, being true to your writing, because Mallory was working on a great book in the Write a Bomb Ass Story workshop. And so I'm really looking forward to her being true to herself and her craft in terms of that. Jean, what do you want me to post a link to? Which one? Accountability partners are tough when you are an empath. Absolutely. But I do feel like we need them. We need that person. And I told you guys before, somebody said to me, oh, you've been working on that book forever. When is it going to come out? And he didn't even know he was being my accountability partner. It was like time to cut through the BS and be like, I need to finish. I need to stop talking, stop doing all of this, and start doing some of this. And that's exactly how I ended up getting my book finished, because I really am not a big fan of people telling me about myself, even when it's true. Okay. Ashley says, I wish my husband would hold me accountable when I went to Wendy's, but he's telling me, but he's the one telling me to go. That's how he stays so skinny, right? And hello, the 4 for 4. It's just easy to be like, yeah, I'm just gonna have these nuggets and this little chicken sandwich. I understand. But Ashley, if you need me to be your accountability partner and you want to be mine, you know I'm here for you. Jean says he needs that person. Jean, I am that person for you. What are you talking about? Let's see. Jean, which link do you want me to post? Let me know. Let's see. Mallory says she's jealous of the BK folk and she's probably talking about the write and sip. Mallory, I'm trying to figure out a way to deliver this write and sip virtually. Okay, so just hold on. I'm coming. Ashley says, Epiphany, pretty sure I'm leaning toward confidence because it includes my goals for health and personal growth as well as my business and career goals. I like that. Confidence is a really good one to be committed to, because that's something that you have to work on a daily basis. Because even when I'm out here working on projects, like when I produced my first video for Tidal, I was, and when I say Tidal, I mean the streaming service, because they offer videos as well in addition to music. I was not 100% confident that everything was going to go well. Especially because, hello, one, it was completely in Spanish, and two, my Spanish is not that great. It is better than most, but it's not that great. And I actually read it and understand better than I speak it. And so imagine producing a video that is not in a tongue that you speak regularly, right? And so that caused me to have a certain level of, I wasn't completely confident, but doing it, I definitely got confidence. So sometimes we just have to do it. I know I've said before, sometimes you got to get your wings in the air. You got to jump and just learn how to fly. That's exactly how it has to happen sometimes, Ashley. Sun says, I learned that from my writers group in LA, I dedicate projects in 45 minutes or 90-minute segments, and then I leave it for the day. Absolutely. I think sometimes we think we can just write for the entire day. Not the case. The kid can do probably about 2 hours straight. And then that's hard, because then I need to check my phone. I need to check social media. So I think 90 minutes probably, it's probably the most that I can do. Micah says propel is her word. Ooh, I love propel. I'm kind of jealous. Propel means you are going to push forward in all things. Let's see. Mallory says, yes, all of these things, being true to everything and everyone, especially myself. I see how you slid the book in there. Of course. I'm not going to let you go on your book that you are working on in my workshop. I want to see all of my scribes. I want to see their projects come to fruition. And so for 2019, I'm definitely going to be working on more ebooks for people and short books, because I don't believe that you have to have this epic 500-page book. I think that you can write a short, impactful, and powerful book. So Mallory, let's get to it. Fiction or nonfiction, you going to do it. Mallory says, I definitely struggle with trying to sit down and push through writing all day. So thank you for sharing the idea about the 90-minute chunk. It's just too ambitious. I mean, I don't think Steven Spielberg does it. None of the people that I admire in terms of writing can be able to sit down and write for the whole day. They usually wake up, go to the gym, go running, and then they sit down and they do their 90 minutes or whatever it is for the day, or they work toward hitting their word count for the day. So let's say they set a 2,000 word count. That's it. you are done. Now, if you have the stamina to go that long, God bless you and do it. But if you don't, do not put that unnecessary pressure on yourself to sit there, Mallory, and be like, I got 3 hours. I'm going to spend 3 hours writing. Maybe you decide you want to spend an hour writing or 90 minutes writing, and then you want to do maybe 30 minutes of research. Or you want to make sure that something about your characters, maybe you want to dig into a little bit more about a character or a place that you're going to send your character to. And so that way you're breaking up the actual time that you dedicated to writing. And that's how I like to do it, because, you know, my mind drifts really quickly. The social media will give you the attention deficit disorder quite quickly. So I'm going to wrap up, you guys, because I have to go out and find some shoes for an event for Sunday. And, you know, girls in their shoes, it's a never-ending struggle. Okay, so next week's Facebook Live, and I have to give a shout out to Mallory, because Mallory has helped me get myself all the way together in terms of some of the Facebook Lives that I'm going to be offering you guys for 2019. And so the next the aligners. The next Facebook Live will be how to set up your writing goal for 2019. And if you have a topic that you want me to address, please hit me up live or during the replay. Do me a favor and hit the likes, hit those hearts, hit the love before we go. And I will see you guys next week. Don't forget to comment here, and I will talk to you soon. Next week, we're going to be doing how to set up your writing goal for 2019. And I hope Sun joins us so she can talk more about this word finish, okay? Because we want to know how to get finished in 2019. Take care, you guys. Have a good afternoon.